is this?
South Africa. My name is Vich. This is Give It to Azania Kasi podcast. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm pleading with you. Subscribe, like this video, comment, and make your inputs. Yeah, today I've got my comrade, brother. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine, thanks.
Why are you laughing?
No.
I'm not your brother.
You're my brother, you know.
Out.
You know, we're brothers. We've been long brothers.
Because I wanted to introduce you, but I see you're going to have a problem. Maybe you must be the one to introduce yourself. And then now you want people to know you, you know.
Okay, thanks very much, Comrade Vich. First of all, I would like to appreciate the time and the moment for the invitation to Give It to Azania Kasi podcast. You know myself, I know you personally from long time ago, since we met in this institution of higher learning. To the viewers, my name is Thabang Machete, known as Mziwa Africa. On Facebook, on Twitter it's Mziwa Africa. I have a TikTok, by the way, if you did not know.
What is your TikTok account?
Yeah, even on TikTok it's Mzi19. Yeah, so I'm known as Mzi19, one of the best comrades University of Limpopo is having and will forever have.
Sure.
Yeah.
So guy my brother, push it off it like guy, didn't I? Because I wanna quiz last time I gave a quiz so let's in school. And then I was saying, you sharp, it's fine, and made me like that.
No, Baloyi. But then myself, I like being in Tembisa because that's where I grew up. 1632.
Sure.
So school, Gelezite, go Tembisa.
Sure.
And then I found out my high school lifetime there also. And then I came back to Baloyi because of when you grow up.
Sure.
Some of the things changes. You become a boy, you become that boy of the street.
Sure.
And then parents end up saying you that no, we're going to have a big problem here with this guy.
Sure.
They took me back to home. That's why I ended up I finished up my grade 12. It's in Rama High School.
Sure.
Yes, and then currently I'm studying law. In fact, when I came here, I wanted to study law.
Sure.
But then because of unforeseen circumstances, that will always pain my heart.
Sure.
Even to date, when I think about what transpired in my first year, it always pains my heart.
Sure.
Sometimes I don't want to talk about it because of the pain that I receive.
Sure.
But then I have a degree. Don't see me like this one or no, it's a street guy. I have a degree, media studies. It's NQF level 7, by the way. Yes. So I attempted to do honors. By that time I was in the SRC. I was leading as a focal chairperson. So you know, when you are in leadership position, some of your studies they get delayed. Then I got delayed. Yes, I got delayed in furthering my honors. Then after a year, then I attempted to do law. And then currently I'm doing my LLB degree. So I'm in School of Law. I'm aiming to become Limpopo.
You're inspired by people's advocate.
Yes, and then and then even this one of Mokgalong.
What about Kakan? Have you not followed GC's Kakan?
Nah, I've been following him, but it doesn't inspire me that much. Yes, I'm inspired by Advocate Limpopo and Mokgalong. So those other ones I cannot speak about them.
And,
yes.
Then I hear you saying you were in the SRC. What has inspired you to join politics?
You know, when I was in high school, I led in the LRC.
Oh.
Yes, I was the secretary of the LRC
Sure.
back then. Then so when I arrived in institution of Ireland, back then from TUT in 2014,
Sure.
I joined I said no, I want to join serious politics. I joined the EFF in TUT,
Sure.
Pretoria West Campus.
Sure.
It was then when I joined politics. After that, I couldn't finish my studies. That said, I was doing sport management. Then Governor, this thing is wasting my time. No, let me go back to try some other institutions.
Sure.
Where there's not that fast life. You see, in University of Limpopo, the life is too slow.
Sure.
And we are inspired by that kind of life.
Sure.
Not the fastest life. So the main reason for me to join politics is that we want to change the situation of the country.
Sure.
And internationally.
Sure.
And then changing the situation in which way? We as the black people who are being oppressed.
Sure. And then we've been oppressed.
Sure. And we are still oppressed.
Sure.
So we must change the situation. And for that, we must be liberated economically. Because you can't speak politics, you can't speak about liberation. That doesn't include economy.
Sure.
Because the economy of South Africa it's every day going down.
Sure.
Because of the rand versus the capitalism. Yes.
Sure.
So those are the things that inspired me to join politics. Yes, even when I read the book of history, there was a time whereby Russia collapsed.
Sure.
The collapse of the USSR.
Sure.
Which led to the end of apartheid in South Africa, if you can remember very well. So even the fight which were there, the Cuban Missile Crisis, those are certain factors that encouraged me to join politics. Sure. Because of the understanding. Yes, even in high school I studied history. So that's why I was able to come and join politics. Yes.
Because when I tried to read the work of Lenin, there's a quote that I like. He says, if you don't interfere with politics,
yes,
politics will interfere with your life.
Yes.
No manga business.
No, you can't run away from that.
So what can you say about people who says, I'm apolitical, I don't want to be, more especially young people who do not want to participate in politics?
It's because of they don't understand the word politics.
Sure. In
politics, we just want to have an influence and input.
Sure.
You see now, if let's say maybe they are saying we must draft certain rules and regulation, you must be there. Sure. As a student. Sure. Doing law, you must be there. Sure. Or else they are going to draft certain rules and regulations that are not going to favor you. Sure. But you must be there, have an influence, have an input. Sure. And remember, politics is not about a organization or what. No, we are having different spheres of politics. Sure. We are having politics in football. We are having politics everywhere. It's politics. Sure. Politics of the street. Sure. So those kind of people, they don't understand politics. They only hear politics. Julius Malema, Zuma, we in parliament, people talking a lot. They think politics is about talking a lot. Sure. It's not about talking a lot. Sure. It's about putting and having an input, having an influence. Sure. Yes. So if you don't play politics, politics will play with your life. Yes. If you don't entertain politics, sure, politics are going to entertain you, and they are going to entertain you in a wrong way. Sure. Because other people will be having an influence. They will be having an input. Sure. That input, when it comes back, it will haunt you. Sure. Because you never had a time to entertain and have an influence in that. So that's why they say that politics, you interfere them, or they will interfere with you. Sure. Yes.
So, but what can you say about the departure of Floyd Shivambu from the EFF? I know I don't want you to analyze this as a politician. I just want you to analyze as just a layman from the street. What could be the reason?
first of all, maybe him and Julius, they did not reach an agreement.
Sure.
In this sense. Remember, every day when we wake up, we are saying we want to fight
Sure.
the white people in the government.
Sure.
We want to change the constitution.
Sure.
But then, after elections, the 29 May, when the GNU negotiations started,
Sure.
the EFF should have went into the GNU with the MK, with other black organization.
Sure.
They should have left out the DA.
Sure.
I think they had a disagreement in saying let's go and form the GNU. Or maybe, or yes, the approach was supposed to be black unity that will also come and speak about land expropriation without compensation.
Sure.
So if you can check, Msholozi open the part MK. There is women Mashaba and all these other political organizations that are formed by black people. They should have come into one.
Sure.
Make an agreement to say now, since we are like this, let's focus on creating our own government.
Sure.
Remove this white. I think maybe it's because of that.
Yeah, you're right.
I think maybe it's because of that. That they did not agree into going into government, a national government of unity.
Sure.
So I think after that, if you can check his statement, he said, maybe, he said what? If I remember very well, he said something like, submit or fight.
Sure.
That statement on its own, it speaks a lot.
Sure.
It speaks a lot. It means they failed to agree. If you fail to agree with me now, what must we do?
We must fight.
We must fight.
Sure.
Yes. So I think Floyd is just tired,
yeah.
Because if you can check, Floyd up is the one that drafted the policies of the EFF with advocate Limpopo. That's why you see Limpopo, both those comrades. That's why you see Limpopo was the national chair.
Sure.
Floyd deputy.
Sure.
Julius president.
Sure.
So his departure in the EFF, I think it's just a matter of personal interest
Sure.
fighting for black people. Yes, but I cannot say much of the things that maybe I don't even know. I'm just assuming that they had disagreement.
Now what I like about it is just that the guy didn't attack other organizations. They didn't want to divide the black people further.
Yes.
They just said, my man, I think we're Arsa, but let me move to another place. But where I'm still going to fight the very same fight, I will assist you from this side and then you will assist me from this side.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that they should have formed their own government.
Sure.
That include MK and other black parties.
Yeah, even the ANC.
Yes, even the ANC.
Sure.
So, if you can check, the white are just playing with our minds each and every day.
Sure.
They make us fight.
Yeah.
Left, right, they make us fight.
Sure.
When you go to east, they fight. When you go to west, they fight. North, fight. South, fight. And who are fighting? It's black to black violence every day.
Sure.
So that kind of disagreement and fights is the one that maybe led Floyd to leave. But then I cannot illustrate or speak about it further.
Because what makes me happy is that even on, like, it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, President Ramaphosa signed a Bella bill, of which the DA is against it. And then, DA promised that if they were to sign that bill, they will leave the GNU. I was so excited because I know the day DA leave, it's when the black people will unite against their egos, their political and personal egos. Because I think what divides black people is just the issue of egos.
Yes. I think I saw something on social media.
Sure.
I think it was that is Premier Panyaza.
Sure.
Yes. I saw Panyaza forcing the president to sign what bill. I was not that much interested. Is the one that you're talking about. So when you see the attitude of Panyaza towards that bill you are speaking about to be signed, it was a powerful attitude.
Sure.
It was not a negative attitude.
Sure.
Because when the DA speaks about us leaving the government, we don't care, South Africans.
Sure.
Either they leave or not.
Sure.
We're still going to remain South Africans.
Sure.
And we're still going to remain to form part and parcel of the government.
Sure.
Now, it brings back the statement of Lenin of saying, if you don't partake part in politics,
sure,
politics will partake part in you.
Sure.
So if ever they're out or they're in, it's none of our business as South Africans.
Sure.
Our government will continue.
Sure.
And for that, black people, they must come to unite. When they unite, they formulate one government. It now brings back the statement of saying maybe Floyd was left because of they did not agree going into government.
Sure.
Now the EFF can come and join the government of a national unit.
And then we will speak, we will be able to negotiate with him and
yes,
like that. It's
yes.
not going to be like a stranger from...
No, it's not going to be a stranger
sure,
from us or from the EFF.
Sure.
He's still going to remain a brother.
Sure.
Him remaining a brother, he will still give advices.
Sure.
Because there are certain things that you can't take out from him.
Sure.
He is intelligent.
Sure.
So his intelligence will be needed in that arrangement of the government. Yeah. So if the DA wants to leave, they better leave him now. Aye.
And then when did you lead the faculty?
Oh,
and which faculty was that?
Okay.
For those who do not know.
Okay, like I said, I did media studies. You know, in 2015 when I arrived in University of Limpopo, firstly, let me just outline something. I arrived here, there was a hall called MPC at Gate 1.
Sure, yeah. The arena of sports.
Yes, basketball.
Sure.
Yes. And then in that hall, they were using it to facilitate the registrations processes, the graduations and so on. It was a nice hall.
Sure.
I don't know what led to the collapse of that hall,
sure,
but maybe we don't know.
Sure.
So when I arrived there, I found this guy called Molepo and Manamela, the security guard.
Sure.
They were working under Mafuku. So I just spoke to them and said, I didn't say I'm not. And then after that, I said, comrades, assist me in this regard, man. I lost my phone and I made an application. Sure. I applied for LLB and I applied for a BED,
sure,
a senior face, sure, and FET.
Sure.
So I lost my phone. I lost the email that I used to apply.
Sure.
So now I did not receive any information related to my application outcomes. No, those comrades, they directed me to working all admin.
Oh, where they're dealing with enrollment.
Sure. So when I went to enrollment, I queued there. I gave them the story that no, I applied but I did not get the student number. I did not get anything. They said, okay, it's fine. Bring us your ID copy. I gave them. And then they gave me that form of theirs.
Sure.
They gave me the student number. Then now the real politics of admission start.
Sure.
I went back to MPC. When I went back to MPC, I found my name on the list of people who were supposed to have registered long ago. It pained me. Then I kept quiet.
Sure.
I went to the School of Education.
Sure.
I see my name. on the list.
First it was in law.
Law. No, remember we had 3, even social work.
Oh, sure.
In education, my name is there.
Sure.
But I was supposed to have registered.
You had a period from Monday to
Friday. Then this time to this time.
Sure.
Then I should have registered. I was accepted in law.
So when you were dilly-dallying around the campus?
No, I was home.
In this campus?
I was home. I was home. Because I thought maybe I will get an SMS. And by that, I did not remember which number I used. Wabona utsa na stage nyana sa mshimani uno change sim card every day.
Sure.
Every day uno change sim card.
Sure.
So that gave me a problem. In social work, I found out my name is there. They've already written NBT test. Then the next group that is going to write NBT test, they are writing at the time when I'm busy going up and down. So I found Comrade Mj, the former SRC president.
Sure.
When I found him, with Blackstone was there, Gaddafi was there.
Blackstone is this guy, the giant guy?
The giant guy, the one of Red Bull.
Oh, sure.
Yes,
sure.
the former deputy president.
Sure.
Yes, so.
He has been here, that guy?
Yeah, he has been here quite some long. It's like me and you.
Yeah.
So when things transpired like that, remember in those schools, bull languages,
sure,
they are studying my Bachelor of Swimming and other, they say useless degrees,
sure,
but some of the degrees, they are the ones that are making me and you sit like this and speak.
Sure.
When we talk about media, you speak about film, you speak about radio production, so many things, journalism.
Sure.
So people must not say those degrees are useless. So I was just highlighting that.
Sure.
So because of they wanted to reach the quota under the administration of Deputy Vice Chancellor,
the General
Mataj. So they called me. They said, you don't want a space? I said, I want a space, but I want space in education. They said, no, that side is full. Come with a space here. Give us your results. I gave them my matric certificate.
Sure.
Then what transpired is that they took about 20 minutes. They came back at the gate. They called out the list. Then I was given my admission there at the gate.
Sure.
Then they allowed us to proceed to the hall. After that, I was registered. No, I was admitted. When I was admitted, they told me to go to finance for clearance.
Sure.
Finance was, I think, was here in Arfort.
Sure.
Then I found Sismanuku, I found Comrade Koni and Comrade Jane.
Sure.
They were working under finances.
Sure.
After that, I got cleared with the yellow card like this.
Sure.
They just gave me a card with my number cleared. I went back to MPC. I got registered. Immediately after that, I went to housing to look for a room. When I arrived in housing, I found my name admitted already in residences.
Sure.
Then I registered. When I registered, I was staying with my cousin.
Sure.
So when I went there with my cousin in the room, now the happiness is fine. Then I take my phone, I make a call to Mdala, the intern beast, and say, Mdala, everything is fine now.
Sure.
What you can do now is to buy me some other things. Then he said, yeah, no, then it's fine. Life starts now. When life starts, when I went to K block, I found Mjela.
Sure.
Comrade Mjela absorbed me in the school with Zola the same year.
Sure.
That's where politics of government started.
Sure.
I led in the school in 2016 as a project officer.
Sure.
I came to lead in the school as a deputy chairperson.
Sure.
I came back to lead in the school as a chairperson. Then when in 2017, the SRC election, I was contesting deputy president under the leadership of Cuban Force. But because of brotherhood, you see, sometimes when I have a bad heart, people say, no, when it's because of what? No. A bad heart is created by the people around you. Then, Josie Bhutan, I'll never forgive him in my life. I'll never forgive him, that man. That man is brutal, man. That man, it took me and Lloyd.
Okay, fine. Before you can go far, and then you were contesting deputy president.
Deputy president, yes.
And then Mapoto.
Mapoto was contesting deputy president also. Lloyd was contesting deputy president, but Mapoto pulled out when we were at MN. When we negotiated, and then after negotiating, then Mapoto pulled out to Faculty of Management and Law. After pulling out, here comes Slau. Slau wants to emerge in Faculty of Management and Law. Then, when the process was about to unfold, my name was nominated. Lloyd's name was nominated. Enoch's name was never nominated. And then, when the process of supporting the motion through hands, Stalin happened.
Mandela knows him.
Mandela knows him very well. Stalin happened. You know, he happened in this way. He took me and Lloyd. He said, in the hall,
he went out.
He put my name in good way. He also put my name in a bad way. After that, he put the name of Lloyd in good books. Because in Lloyd, there's no that kind of radicalism in a public space. But Lloyd
only was not active. He was never that active.
No, he was never that active because of he doesn't like speaking a lot.
No, he's a man of action.
But he's a man of action. He was always on the ground. When I speak about him today, I even forget. Before I can forget, let me speak about Central Housing Committee. Those are the people who formed that structure. The structure that, in some of the questions going on, I will explain further about it. So, Stalin spoke bad about me, good about me, good about Lloyd. Then after that, he said, comrades, these two brothers, they must not make us fight. Because me and Lloyd was staying this side, I was staying the other side. You understand? Room 22, Lloyd was staying room number 1. Then it was the Cuban Force at room number 4. So we came in that unity, but contesting one another because of we failed to reach an agreement. We said to one another, we said, no, it's fine, let it be that the people decided by the majority, by the ground forces, the people who are always with, the people who are always working with on the ground. So Stalin said, no, Machete, Lloyd is your brother, you know, let him, because he contested housing last time, let him ascend. Then you are going to faculty. I never had interest of leading that faculty. I wanted to jump faculty straight to the executive. But they pushed me to faculty. Then Mukoka was out. While we were supporting Mukoka. You understand? Now really,
in other words, you sold Mukoka.
I never sold him out. I don't know how to sell people. I always be for the people. Mukoka's name was crushed after the agreement outside. Here there are bouncers. You can't rebel. There are bouncers. There's a Sia. The bodyguard of Stalin. No wonder today it's no longer even having bodyguards. So those comrades, they were always there. You couldn't rebel and you couldn't fight at that time. And not because of being rebellious or what, but because of the recent event but is being brought to us
to sit in
respect. Not these things that we see today. You wouldn't collapse the conference of the EFF and the EFF's Unit Command, because it was always protected. When they say this time is time for this one, this one must ascend, this one will follow after. We accept. Those were real politics. We accept, move on, go back to the ground, chant the very same name that contested, the one that you were contesting, the position. Then we rally behind the banner of the organization, not behind someone's name. No. And for that, we become united. We draft committees. I remember at that time I was in the committee of communication, mass mobilization and communication. Facebook there, WhatsApp there, Communix there, the support that propagandas. You see, when you speak about propaganda now, you remind me of this other communique I once wrote about Comrade Shukuluk. No wonder that many. No. It's fine. So, those kind of committee, Vadijo, t-shirts, cool time, cold drinks, those kind of things. Everyone was given platform to run, to be popular, to be known by the ground. And at that time, you wouldn't hear any other comrade complaining that no, Machete today didn't release the communique. Machete, why? We were never comrades who were supposed to be pushed to do something.
Everyone was working.
We were never wheelbarrows. We were never wheelbarrows. We were not tools. We were the ones who were having tools to can be used. Then we were using those tools properly. So I remember Umadeni, they were there. Bushpalani, the late Shaku, may he soul rest in peace, that man. And Chairman. Busis Manuku, Bujaini. Bumakonza, the people will say to you, Vich, now Garbiano Garutomo Dagatela, I understand it. They will canic you. They will canic you. So, after that, is then that they took me to for cult. We contested, it was nice. I remember I moved that man with 4 votes. Yes. Then we deployed school council. Then there was an event, there was a time whereby I was not there. You see, when I think about street, sometimes I like street, but sometimes street destroys. It's very brutal. I went to the street, my father have some taxis. So I was driving the other one for long distance. So that I can have an income. Remember, I finished my degree. The main purpose was achieved now. Then I must go out, look for employment, enhancing. But then there is a position that I'm leaving behind. And I did not leave that position. You see, when they say there must be a chairperson, there must be secretary, there must be deputy chairperson, and other portfolios that are coming.
They must complement the chairperson.
They must complement the chairperson. The duty of the chairperson is not to do many things. The people under, they must do the work, submit. The chairperson oversees and pushes the mandate of the people. So in that regard, I took 2 weeks by the time of registration. Mokoka was there from School of Education. He had school council. He's in the faculty, he's the deputy secretary, he's the secretary. We are even terrorists. I took this one of my sister, Comrade Miriam, the former deputy president. I said to her, work with Ramalepe and Mudiv. Take care of this school and take care of these other comrades. Mukoka, make sure that School of Education we works, operate, and we don't have problems. Comrade Teresa, do the same. They did that. While they were busy working, there must be a reporting meeting in each and every day, or maybe after 2 days of registration. There must be a reporting session whereby you're going to report the statistics, how many registered, how many did not register, what were the issues with them, not their appeals. Instead of this one of Mokoko and Teresa and all of them to ascend and report about what they've been doing.
Sure.
They don't report. They are saying, no, the faculty chairperson is not there. You see?
Sure.
Now they want to come and pour soil.
Sure.
In pouring soil, here is Matuns. Matuns wants to act smart. When he wants to act well, by that time he doesn't even understand the constitution. It doesn't even understand the constitution.
Sure.
When he wants to pour soil, they now calling me. I'm driving from Tembisa. I'm passing a Maskran. I'm taking this other girl, Vargishirin. She wanted to register. I said, I'll pass with you. Kanti, Miriam briefed me that no, please come back.
Sure.
And I've already organized that because of the rush is over. January rush is over.
Sure.
I'm going to come back.
Sure.
And I couldn't find the small car to take it and come with it.
Sure.
That's why I decided to take what? The taxi.
Sure.
That's where the issue of taxis now coming in. So, in that regard, I came, I slept at Cuba.
Sure.
Because I already had the keys.
Sure.
So, after that, in that morning, Matonsi sees me and say, no, we are going to remove you, we are going to remove you.
Sure.
Then Gafela Moyanyan for that
so,
day.
So, you didn't understand, or by the time when you removed the faculty chair, then automatically there's...
No, I knew, and it was just that I became demoralized.
Sure.
Immediately after that, I asked working the constitution from Miriam. Sure. I said, no, I want to refer to something here. Sure. I immediately went to that clause that says if the faculty chairperson has been withdrawn by the organization that nominated him or her to that position, automatically the organization that had second majority, that person must come now and ascend that position. Sure. Then now it distracts all of the school council that were deployed there. Remember that
means the
administration start from the beginning. Now you are going to remove Comrade Mukoka. You are going to remove everyone under Faculty of Humanities in those schools. Sure. Then you come now, you install who? You install comrades of opposition.
Sure. Oh.
They couldn't afford that chance, but people were always speaking. I'm going to remove you. Those who doesn't interpret, those who doesn't understand the constitution, we're going to remove you tonight. We're going to remove you.
You think you're smart.
Think you are smart. You think you are special. So they called a meeting. Comrade President Cuban first said, Mzi, the men, we are not going to that meeting.
Sure.
They won't do us anything. Because of we are protected by the constitution, did not go to that meeting.
Sure.
They were at VF. We passed at VF, holding beers.
Sure.
Black label, by the way.
Sure.
So, us drinking strategic water of social importance.
Sure.
Gave us that plaque and radicalism.
Sure.
We just entered the meeting.
Sure.
Then Stalin started making noise now. You know him. Yeah. So when he makes noise, we are quiet. We left the meeting. By the time they were supposed to discuss about us. Comrade Miriam said, no, my brother, relax. There's nothing that I'm going to do.
Sure.
Then tomorrow morning, we went to student governance.
Sure.
They told us, they're just playing those ones.
Sure.
Bhutan is just playing mind games.
Sure.
Relax, work the ground, do everything.
Sure.
So that's where I led in the faculty of humanities.
Yeah, but before you can go far, there was this disruption or walking out of the exam.
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
You see when you are
and tell the module, because it seems like it's stressing everyone in education.
No, if someone wants to know more and further, after I deliberate and articulate what transpired, they must go to YouTube. They'll find myself clarifying it very well. So today I'm going to clarify it in a way that transpired exactly. We had chairperson and Deputy Secretary Aubrey,
Sure.
Masama.
Sure.
Those comrades, they were doing that module, which was Aubrey Mohano, the brother to the current Mohano.
Sure, yeah.
So they were doing that module. That module, it was HFED 042.
Second semester.
It was in second semester final. Then what transpired in that paper, they didn't see it even Lebona.
Yeah.
They felt that maybe it was difficult. Even the arrogance from the lecture, Mohammed Nchangas.
Sure.
It's Doctor or Prof.
Now you know you must be doctor.
Yeah. So let me not decrease his title to that. I don't know if there is a doctor or a professor. Yeah, but that title suits him. So after that, he set the question paper with arrogancy.
Sure.
He even now come to forget to write correct things outside the question paper.
Oh, like he misquote lots of information.
Misquote lot of information.
Sure.
Then when the paper, they said it was difficult, Aubrey, then they walked out. When they walked out,
sure.
They said, no, it's difficult, we are living. Then now, I asked for the question paper. When I asked for the question paper, they gave me, after that, I checked the content outside.
Sure.
Oh, he's just written School of Education. From the letter, it is written School of Education with the university logo.
Sure.
He comes down and write his name, Mohammed, only. Okay, so when I checked that paper, it's just written Mohammed, HFED 041.
Sure.
There's no...
Instead of
042.
Sure.
The date which is written there is that one of February.
Sure.
That's how we got the mistakes he made. Then after that, there was no external assessor or moderator. Because when you set a paper, according to my understanding,
sure,
you set a paper as a draft.
Sure.
You give to the
exam.
Not exam. You give to the facilitator. It goes to the HOD.
Sure.
They check either this paper meets the required standard,
sure,
to be given to the students.
Sure.
Remember, that's why you see in first level, you'll write about what is public administration.
Sure.
Multiple choice.
The background doubles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then when you go to fourth level, you are now going to give proper understanding, sure, of what you have done.
Sure.
You give real things. You expand.
Sure.
So Mohammed wrote those kind of things there. That's where we got him. We got his wrongs. See.
Sure.
And then that's where it now comes to the video of YouTube.
Sure.
Because that on its own, it plays the integrity of this institution,
sure,
in a way that people will say, no, University of Limpopo is like it's Takalan Sesame thing, of which is not. Sure. It's a good institution. People,
he has produced a lot
big names. Many of them. Many.
Ne?
Who is that judge? There's this other judge from here.
Sure.
Studied LLB, the degree that we are doing now.
Sure.
So imagine they are there in parliament, they are seeing a video circulating,
sure,
saying no, the paper was difficult.
Sure.
But not because the paper was difficult, but because of someone said the paper with arrogance. And that person, after setting that paper with arrogance, forget to fix the mistakes and real stuff that must appear on the question paper.
Sure.
You must check the question paper for final. It is internal examiner.
Sure.
The one for examination, internal examiner.
Sure.
External examiner.
And the facility.
And an internal examiner also.
Sure.
The person who's lecturing the module, his name must appear.
Sure.
The person who is regulating, checking everything, and maybe someone from UNISA, because these modules, they integrate.
Sure.
Maybe they just differ with maybe module codes, but they're the same.
Sure.
You can't say no, we're doing history in Univen then, but here in University of Limpopo is not the same history that you are doing.
Sure.
No, that's why you see there's someone from UNISA, someone from Univen, someone from Cape Town in that setting. So Mohammed failed to do those kind of things. Yeah, so that issue, the paper was not difficult.
Yeah. You know, previously politics, the student politics in this institution was very dangerous and brutal.
Yes.
You know, more especially between those who are fighting for power, Student Command and SASCO. What moment do you still remember that is still in your heart now that maybe you can still have reflection on? About the brutality, the
brutality of politics in general is that you can get killed at any time. We fought with some of our friends because of politics, because of power. I remember one day I once fought with Sogza at Tamiskwe. Sogza at Tamiskwe.
Oh, sure.
When Tamiskwe was still Tamiskwe, not this Tamiskwe that we see Abu Mama Bulu, social media. Yeah. Tamiskwe, when it was Tamiskwe. If we can come to at last now and say, comrades, Tamiskwe, there will be a Tamiskwe until we finish up mobilizing. We go to Tamiskwe. They'll be waiting for us because the leadership has to speak something that is of their interest, not the Tamiskwe that we see, the stage Tamiskwe, the one of saying, today I'm the vice chancellor. Vice chancellor is Porto. No. Those not that Tamiskwe. The day I fought Sogza, they were disrupting our meeting. At Tamiskwe.
Who was leading the SRC of the student command?
It was the EFF.
Oh, sure.
And then, but we never fought that much. Even today, it's something small. It's my brother. We speak. We call one another.
Sure.
The moment that led to everyone fighting here in this institution, it was the day SASCO was out of power. Immediately after Comrade Shuk Mnangagwa. When Mnangagwa left,
who entered
Mojela entered.
Sure.
So here comes the structure I wanted to talk about. Central Housing Committee. Central Housing Committee was operating in a way that it gives you power. It gives you visibility every day. So Comrade Boko Haram, when failed to be elected, he then comes and wants to hold the keys of the office and the material within of the office of Central Housing Committee. That Central Housing Committee was built by us, Bushpala and Baloyi. We were supposed to have maintained it. Was Nama they were there. We manzo they were there. Those who were staying off campus, they were having their structure that side. I mean their portfolios at that side of Gate 1, Gate 2, Gate 3. Then the central, it was us. Then when we lost by that time, they took it. They took the keys. Then when they're supposed to bring back the keys, and so that we can facilitate transport.
Sure.
They no longer wants to cooperate.
Sure.
Them failing to cooperate, then we must do what? We must come now, Lebukova,
Sure.
Lebu Floyd. The newly deployed comrades in that structure.
Sure.
To come and operate, facilitate transport for off-campus students.
Sure.
Transport, I don't know what happened, but transport was going every day.
Sure.
8 o'clock, 10 o'clock,
Sure.
and at I think 12 o'clock. Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Sure.
Transport was facilitated, was moving students every day.
Sure.
There's no one who was being raped, who was being killed, who was being robbed, mugged, because in that transport there were comrades inside.
Sure.
The driver wouldn't rob a student at maybe
like the very far point.
Yes. They were always dropped at their gate. If not, maybe it's not their gate, maybe they are being dropped nearby.
And flash the lights.
Yes,
so that
until you enter your room.
Sure.
So those comrades denied Bugova that opportunity to can operate. Now Pela Bugova, they must come in. They are new. They are my brothers. I've groomed them, Lebu Floyd.
Sure.
So they must come now. They must come, Lebu. It's their time to shine.
Sure.
It's their time to be visible.
Sure.
Boko Haram goes to student center.
Sure.
Disturb the process of operation.
Is that time when this smashed Joseph Butani's car?
That time.
Sure.
So when they disturb the processes, it was 8 o'clock.
Sure.
Goba takes a call. Yeah, he takes a phone and he gives me a call.
Sure.
MZ, my brother, we're having a problem here.
Sure.
And by that time in Naganamantwa, I know.
Sure.
I must fight wherever I arrive. Then, what's happening, Cobb? These comrades who Boko Haram, they're disturbing us. It's who and who? Boko Haram, Hogza, Ambul,
Sure.
Shoti, Fuku. Then we said, no, okay, it's fine. Let them come at 10.
That's slots at 10.
Slots at 10.
Sure.
Told Bukova, take a trolley. You see there at Mushaban and Health Center.
Sure.
There were, I don't know whether they are still there.
The stone.
The red stone that described that HIV and AIDS sign. Yeah.
Sure.
So they took this trolley, they put the stones there. They come back.
Sure.
When they come back, they put the trolley in the SRC office.
Sure.
After that, we wait for them. Now, I've mobilized over the phone.
Sure.
At Cuba, we have mobilized. After that, we go to student center.
Sure.
We arrive, we see they were waiting for them. But
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
After that, when they arrive, they are coming from this side of A block towards the steps.
Sure.
I saw them. They were wearing yellows.
Sure.
I saw them. I closed them a route. 5 of them.
Sure.
When I close the route, what must happen now? I see they stop.
Sure.
Katwara, Humble, Tabet.
Sure.
They denied SG. And then when I'm Saratlo, Katsara le Boko Haram.
Sure.
Kababetancha the close.
Sure.
Immediately Boko, but you know them.
Sure.
They arrive.
Sure.
They start.
Sure.
The fight erupts now.
Sure.
In the group that are busy texting others, those who are there, the fight started.
Sure.
That's where you know what happened.
Sure.
Okay, that's where the issue of Shoti transpired there at Mushawa. So that fight took us the whole night until it was Stone, this side of M side, Stone student center.
Sure.
They went back. They recruited.
Yeah.
They came in full force.
Mobilized.
They came in full force. We just moved back. Our forces also came in numbers.
Sure.
We kept on fighting the whole night until it was 3, if I remember very well.
Sure.
We took them with Gate 1 out.
Sure.
After that, it ended there.
Sure.
2 days after, it was on Saturday, when I left my room, coming back to campus from Bathing,
Sure.
we were supposed to be engaging in alumni convocation.
Sure.
So when I'm passing shipping, when it was constructed, shipping was constructed under our watch, even Dijon.
Sure.
So when I'm passing there, a blue polo passes me,
Sure.
flashes the light. I see no, man. My blood tells me no. There's gonna be a danger there.
Sure.
But I said, fuck. Let me take out my things in my pocket.
Sure.
Then that polo made a U-turn at the gate. Then I jumped to the side. After jumping to the side of the fence,
Sure.
I approached the pole.
Sure.
When I approached the pole, they flashes the light again.
Sure.
It was confirmation that this is Mzi.
Sure.
I immediately took out my tool from the pocket. I hold it like this.
Sure.
When I arrive immediately at the tire of that polo, the front tire, all the doors of that polo were opened.
Sure.
I had to run from Gate 1 to hospital without shoes.
Sure.
When I arrive at the hospital, the polo is arriving at the hospital also.
Sure.
Towards the new residence that is currently being built.
Sure.
I immediately stopped at the wall. There's a certain wall there.
Sure.
I took my phone, texted my girlfriend, tell comrades that there's this blue polo.
Sure.
They must be aware. I called Mavusana. Mavusana came, took me to Gerald's place.
Sure.
That was the moment that I started fearing politics the most.
Sure.
But I just said no. It's politics. It's life.
Yeah.
Cannot run away from politics.
Sure.
When I was sitting, I see in the group my brother Hani is being stabbed. How? John March. But by these other boys, Matoko stabbed. Comrade Matlatsi Mcheki is being stabbed.
Sure.
You see, that's where Dean of Student Dr. Masipa and Bongumalo come to rescue the situation and start seeing who is wrong, who is right.
Sure.
That was the brutal moment I've ever encountered in politics.
Sure.
But since then, these other everything is
so,
small things.
What is your reflection on the 2024-2025 SRC election?
It's Comrade Beach. You know, in terms of the SRC elections that passed, you know, I don't want to speak about other things, but I'll focus on numbers.
Sure.
The results were released.
Sure.
It's fine. It's not a problem.
Sure.
And then when the results were released, there was an objection. When objected, remember SASCO was using 1 vote, 1 plate.
Oh, sure.
1 vote, 1 t-shirt.
During campaign.
Yes, even the student command. 1 vote, 1 t-shirt. 1 vote, 1 whatsoever.
So SASCO was giving a plate and t-shirt.
Yes.
And then EFF only t-shirt.
Only t-shirt.
Sure.
Even cool times they were there.
Oh.
And then so the SRC elections unfolded in a good way. I don't think they unfolded bad.
Sure.
It's just that there are discrepancies there and there.
Sure.
Because of maybe numerics. When I check the results on its own, they said there are difference in numerics. Faculty of Health Sciences, SASCO has different numbers from the pre-results and the results that were were given and were seen by observers. But because of SASCO knows that it was going to lose, they let the result like that, so that they can be able to object. And because in the EFF, the observer doesn't know anything about observing the result.
Who was the observer?
Charlotte. She was not even in that meeting whereby the results were announced. The EFF got the results from other people's party agent. And on that,
can no one inducted her before she can be the...
You see politics of friendship. They can't take you then say you be party agent while you don't know anything about party agent, or you are not being inducted. They just take you there because they want to secure the space. But they don't know that there are comrades who knows and understand these things. The likes of Paswani, Bumusi, Bumuhau, Minister One. Those are the comrades whom you should take and say, comrades, safeguard this thing. Guard against anything that is going to transpire. When numbers are not corresponding, you must immediately ask before they can be released. Because we're in politics, we are not in a stock file of some sort. No one must come and say, I don't know, or they did not allow me to join the group. They did not make me sign on the party agents list or election results. You should have questioned why am I not signing here? Why this number is not like this? Why this ballot? It's being mentioned as a spoiled, but the person has ticked correctly or has made a cross or a tick.
Because I'm still asking myself, how do we get to have spoiled when we are voting online?
You see, in terms of numerics, someone who operates that system, that person is operating that system, is telling us to press A, we press A. But when he gives the outcomes, it gives the outcomes of something that we did not press. Remember, it's a system. The system, it's operated by a person. That's why now if you call me now, you call me, maybe let's say Paswan calls me or Rukumo calls me at the same time. On someone's side is going to make a certain tone. User base. On the other side is going to ring. It's a system. The person operating that system knows that this one must make a call. He made a call seconds before this one. It gives the outcomes. That's where I receive what? The call from you. So that person, it's operating that system. And that system, he operates that system in a way that suits him. It doesn't operate the system in a way that favors the majority on the ground. Yes.
So fine, since because but
no. Let's speak. Let's speak about the system, so that people can have input.
So you are
actually
saying now, if it were to object, they have a ground.
They don't have what ground are they having? But on my side, they only have a ground of saying no, the numbers are not corresponding. There was 12,835 when the results were shown to us. But when the results were released, it's now 12,834. Where is the one? Do you understand now? Where is the one? Then in health sciences, this number they short us also. Why did Lady so on this side? Then Gamorita, they are like this. Those are the things they can object to. But the person will tell you, no, the system has got errors. So even that system, if you can check, it was written election 2022 there, up there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it, and you can't see it now. But it was written election 2022. So that person must be out. We must go back to manual elections.
That's what's supposed to fight Sarah.
They can't fight serious because they can't think. They always want.
There were too many discrepancies.
So the system must be out, because it's operated by an individual.
Sure.
It must be us who takes the pen and ballot. We meet on the ballot. That's why they say ballot. So So that ballot must come back.
Yeah, because even the online elections, finally they make a better turnout. But even during the manual voting, we still come, like the students. Maybe the only time when we vote for national and local government election, then it's when the problems start. But apart from that, everything is fine. My man, before we can lose lots of time, just tell me about what was the president.
That boy. See, when the day, that boy is capable and must be given a chance to lead. Not this thing of saying no, Poto what. No, Poto is a leader.
Sure.
On my own view, Poto is a leader and must be awarded a chance to lead. It can't be that when he wants to rise, people chop him.
Sure.
That tendency of chopping other people must come to an end.
Sure.
When we see that you are a lead, you must be given a platform to lead.
Sure.
Your time will end.
Sure.
But we must support you. That's why we took a stand. We said no, Poto must be the president.
Sure.
Because we see capacity and capabilities in him as an individual.
Sure.
And you can't defy the will of the people. When he stand up and speak, you can hear that people are saying Poto. They are not saying Machete. They are saying Poto. So why must we take Machete and put him there while they Poto?
Sure.
You understand?
He's the president of his generation. We must never dispute that.
No, you must never. It's his time. That's why they said there's a certain verse in the Bible. Say, I, the Lord, when is the right time, I'll make it happen.
Sure.
You understand?
Sure.
Now it's his time. There was our time.
Sure.
There was some other people's time.
Sure.
Now it's his time.
Sure.
He must lead. After leading, we'll support him.
Sure.
And we must protect it by any means necessary.
Sure.
There must be no one who comes and say, Poto must be crushed.
Sure.
He must be supported.
Sure.
Because his people's pay, you can see.
Sure.
Woman. That boy is intelligent. He's smart. Yes.
No, Mnamzi, thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
I know you are a busy person, but you made your time for this. And then I don't know, if I had millions, I was just going to give you 1 million, because I know you might have lost too much money on coming this side.
You see the issue of money now. Sometimes people must not like money because of other things. We know we are here for money in this world.
Sure.
We must be liberated, like I said.
Sure.
It's not that it was time that was wasted much, because it's Sunday. But the only thing that I did was not to go to church. I was supposed to have gone to Moria and pray a bit, so that my things can go well. But they are going well because I'm here. Yes, so it's fine, Comrade Vich. I thank you very much for this time.
Podcast. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I was with Mzi, the man of tactics.
But we did not finish.
You're speaking too much. You're like Khangi, you know Khangi Mpadle.
There's someone who's going to come and speak a lot. So let me afford that person a chance.
No, thank you very much, brother.
I know Tadame, bro.
Sure.
Sure.